what is up everyone, welcome back to another Gunpla review, and today I'm going to be taking a look at this right here, which is the high-grade Schwarzritter from the manga series Gundam Build Fighters Amazing Ready, aka The Adventures of Sandai Mei Meijin Kawaguchi. I'll mention at this point that I haven't actually read this, but if it means Bandai pumps out more Gunpla, then I am 100% behind it. Before I actually get into anything, I'll mention that this kit right here retails for a whopping 2,000 yen. To put that into perspective, the real grade Quanta retails for 2,500 yen, and the high grade Gundam Barbatos Lupus, an absolutely fantastic kit, that retails for 1,000 yen. So that means the Schwarzenegger right here literally costs twice the price of the Barbatos. That does sound crazy, and it is, but what you're paying for is the amount of plastic in the box. And speaking of which, in this box we get a total of 9 runners and the polycaps, 7 runners reused from older kits, and only 2 brand new runners for this kit right here. If you want to see more about those, then check out my unboxing video, but for now, let's get right into this. Right off the bat, the Black Knight gives me some serious Castlevania vibes. Even the castle on the box looks familiar. If Alucard from Symphony of the Night was a Gundam pilot, this right here would be the Gundam in question. This kit is a variant of the Denial Gundam, or is it a variant of the Cathedral Gundam? And isn't that in essence somehow a variant of the Build Burning Gundam, or vice versa? So is this the variant of a variant of a variant? Nope, actually it's just a precursor of the Denial and a modification of the Cathedral Gundam. Get that? Me neither, but fuck it, it doesn't matter, it looks awesome. Aesthetically, this kit looks great. The gold might be a little bit garish for some, as it is that cheap looking injection gold that Bandai tends to use. But besides that, we've got standard and gloss black on here to complement the gold, set off with some nice red and white detailing, all on top of that light grey inner frame color. And again, here I don't mean a full inner frame, just on the joints and the backpack. And probably the most unique aspect about this Gundam is that transparent purple visor. Physically, this isn't all that different to the Denial Gundam. The main difference would be the lack of clear parts, as well as the new feet, knees, skirting armor, and shoulder parts. Well, that, and we have a big pair of huge wings, which I'll get to later. Also, for those that are curious, the vast majority of the original parts of the Denial Gundam are included on the runners, so converting this to a black and gold variant of Denial Gundam should be a pretty simple task if you're so inclined. So there is the Gundam Schwarzenegger with everything that it comes with. Because this kit is based largely on the Denial Gundam, it does come with all those manipulators as well. So first off then is the closed fists, expressive open palmed hands with the fingers spread, open palmed hands with the fingers together, and lastly a pair of holding hands, and as you can see they have a peg in there. Those are for holding the weapons included with this kit. But there is also these ones included as well. I'm guessing they're from the Denial Gundam, and those ones don't have that little tab in there. These are just for holding standard weapons, so that does mean it will be able to hold other Gunpla's accessories as well. Connected onto the back of the skirting armor here are these handles, and these are for the Windulk, or something like that. The handles just look like this here, pretty simple, and then we have these black blades which just slot into the handles like that. This weapon is definitely a change from the beam sabers that we're used to, but I do find it is a little bit uninspired. But really, who cares about these tiny little pointed sticks when you have the wings, which can be used as a sword as well, so they just slot into that exact same handle like this, and that is more like it. Of course, we do have 2 of those. All the articulation from the wing is still here, so that can be moved, this can be opened up. The blade can be split like so. So you can do that, if you want to, that is. And if this looks to you like it's only half a sword, well, you're right, it is. There's also a handle in here included with 2 holes, so stick that one in there like that, the other one in there like so, and then they just clip together, and that right there is the Flügelschwert, which means wing sword, which it is. It's a sword made out of the wings. But I did notice after putting this together that all this guard section up here blocks a whole lot of the sword, so the actual business end of the sword is pretty short. Also, you'll notice right here that this part keeps falling out on me. These are very poorly held in there. This one I glued, but this one I left the way it is just to see if it would keep falling out, and yeah, it pretty much does. So the last thing we're going to take a look at then is the articulation, which really isn't this kit's strongest point. First off, there's the head, which is extremely limited. Also, this likes to fall off quite often, and that brings off everything, the antenna, the front crest part, and the visor. But again, not much articulation with the head whatsoever. The arms are fine, we've got plenty of rotation there. There's a little bit of going on here. As you can see, the leg fell off. The build isn't the greatest here. Rotation at this point. There is the bend at the elbow, and we've also got a bit of this, and a standard ball joint there at the wrist. As for the waist, a little bit here. Not too bad, but not too great. But this is the weakest joint on the kit, and it always falls apart, which is extremely sickening. As for the front skirting armor, you get no more than this. Otherwise, it just kind of starts pushing that back. So again, a little bit limited there as well. Might as well stick that leg back on. As for the rear skirting armor, we've got a little bit of articulation there again, but again, it's just a little bit. As for the leg, there it is all the way up. That's all you're gonna get before everything starts clashing together. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, all the armor just knocks off other armor, knocking off even more armor. It just all seems to kind of get stuck on each other. There it is all the way to the back, and there we go, not much again. This thing here is attached by this little ball section on here, so we've got up and down and rotation around. But of course, this big bit of armor always gets in the way. There is the legs all the way out. Pretty good, but the armor gets in the way again. You can move that down, but it can get stuck on there. We have a little bit of rotation here at the thigh. Wow, without that armor there, that can go up pretty far. There is that bend at the knee. Pretty good. The ankle has two joints in here, one up here, one down here. That's all the way up, all the way down. Not too much with the pivot side to side, not much at all. And that can rotate around if you wanted to. So that is it for the review. A unique looking Gundam that looks impressive for the most part, marred by issues resulting from it being a modification of another kit. That's mainly loose parts as well as the new armor limiting articulation. But on the whole, it is a great looking kit, and one that would appeal to those with a taste for that on the darker side. The gold may be a turnoff for some, the price may be a turnoff for most, but at its core, it does come with a pretty cool shirt. As always, thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you're so inclined. It supports the channel and helps me decide what videos to make next. And of course, make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews. See you next time.